Hello, these are my pictures. Welcome back. This is a little show I do, going through my film photos, kind of a roll at a time, as I look at what I've done, try and evaluate it, see if there's any shots I like, see what I need to improve, what I missed in the moment. So let's dive in. We are still, this is I guess part 3, roll 3 of a little weekend trip I did with the family down to Goblin Valley and nearby Hanksville, Utah. If you play around in southern Utah, you might have passed through Hanksville. It's kind of a little oasis when out there adventuring. So here we go. We've got Ektar 100 in the camera. This is my first experience with it on this trip, and getting the results back, I loved it. And we'll see if we can see why. First up here, just a little gas station turned coffee shop. I feel like you see these a lot in these small towns, these little kind of agricultural fuel spots, right, that aren't used as much anymore, getting turned into things like usually a coffee shop. So here we go. This is okay. Same problem that we had the other roll, where we're a bit overcast, but I think the Ektar handles that color-wise better than like the gold did. So this picture, while not great, I like the composition pretty well, but the light wasn't great. So it's fine. And then took one of my kids. We walked over to this little roadside sculpture garden, crackpot area. And so like on the way there, I don't know if this is all part of the same property of the same eccentric sculptor, or if this is just a neighbor who also has weird stuff, weird trash around. I don't know. But here we go. Got a little phone and vacuum combo here. Thought it was kind of cool. I still do. I don't know if I'll frame it, but I think it looks pretty cool. Cool old gas pump. You can really see the color on this Ektar come out on the pump and the truck there in the background. Loving it. I love this framing on this one. This is a favorite from the roll, I think. Is it the favorite? We shall see. But you've got the junk blurred in the foreground here from the sculpture garden. You can kind of see what's going on, but otherwise we're framing this Henry Mountain access. Hanksville's right outside the Henry Mountains, which I understand were like the last place in the lower 48 that were mapped. Like it was wild area for a long time and somewhat unexplored. There's a bison herd out there too. I should go check that out sometime. More from this sculpture garden, a lot of bicycles, cars, other found metal objects welded together with like this, I guess, Buddhist. I don't know Buddhism, but I think like there were these little placards everywhere with little sayings and things. So kind of an interesting mashup. East meets West, right? This is the second most regrettable photo from this roll. You'll see the first here in a moment. I missed the focus on it. You can tell at the bottom there, that's what's in focus. So I don't know how I missed it. I think I was probably still shooting a little more wide open than I do these days, and so just didn't have that depth of field. But also, I just missed the focus. You can see there's like a namaste on there, out of focus, right? Yeah. So this metal dinosaur skeleton on top of this car, pretty cool. I didn't get it. Maybe you can. I don't know if I'll go back for it or not. This is some more of the area there. It's kind of like I guess it's like an old motel, but now it's completely taken over by this sculpture garden, this sculptor. So all these little rooms, I think, are just full of junk. I don't know. But got the clouds coming in, and so we're getting something visually interesting sky-wise. We don't have the blue sky, but we're getting some stormy skies, which I think is looking pretty good here too. This one I love, and you really see those stormy skies, those dark clouds. You got the rain in the background sheeting down. This broken down old bus, the Hanksville Love Bus, apparently it is called. Yeah, I like everything about this one, except maybe that windsock that's coming down on the left there. That I like it, but it's tethered to nothing up above. Like you can't. That bugs me for some reason. And an old dump truck there, next to the bus. Great color. The bus and the dump truck. This is a little. I think the exposure's a little off on this one. I think it's a little washed out. By the way, these were developed and scanned at Allen's Camera here in Orem, Utah. They did a good job. Like this, I think that might be part of why I like the Ektar, the combination between the film stock and the way my camera handled it, and the way whatever scanner they used handled it. It came out really well, and I didn't really touch up color-wise any of these. Like it got what I wanted out of it. Like the saturation, I like the saturated color. So that's part of the reason I really like it. It caught what I wanted on the first try. Whereas, with other rolls I do, other film stocks, I tend to try and punch up the color a little bit, or at least I have in the past. Now this is my most regretted picture. We're finishing up at that sculpture garden, and we see this mule-drawn carriage coming up the road. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it. Side, profile shot right on the side as it's going by us. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and pre-focus. I'm trying to get the focus right, and I missed it. Once again, I think it's the same. I think you can kind of see it. The focus is really at the bottom there, so I was off by 5 or 6 feet again, which I think I was with that car. I tried to sharpen it. I wanted to salvage this as best I can, using the little tools in the little photo app on Windows, and it did sharpen up, but you can definitely see it threw a bunch of grain in there, threw a bunch of noise in on an otherwise fine-grained Ektar. But man, yeah, it would have been my favorite shot. It's my most regretted one. I liked this one a lot. Hanksville also has this little attraction, the Hollow Mountain gas station. So the convenience store is there inside, hollowed out inside this rock formation. So a lot of novelty type stuff like this in the West. There's another one outside of Moab called Hole in the Rock. Someone built their house in there, and it's a little tourist trap visiting spot. Like I took a roll there in a later trip that you'll see. And it's fun. It's fun to go to with the kids, but this is Hanksville's version. This was fine. I just actually literally stopped here to fill up the gas tank. This is the next morning. That all those other shots there were in the evening after our Goblin Valley trip. This is the next morning, so the light just wasn't shining on it, which is fine. Do what you can. And then after that, I had my kids with me. We were trying to give my wife some space to pack and wake up and stuff. So took advantage of the morning light. Went over to the kind of the main intersection, and the old main intersection in town before the highway went through, where some of the older buildings are, and found this cool cabin, pioneer house, the morning light on it, and I thought Once again, the Ektar did very well for what I was wanting it to do. Just really glowing, warm morning sun, and the green of the springtime plants there, which are, I'm sure, completely brown by now, as I'm recording this in the summer. Yeah, I mean, this one was okay. I didn't frame it up exactly like, yeah, anyway. So that first one was a favorite, and then I like this one a lot too, where it's just really the washed out, cropped in tighter on the door and windows, the broken window there. One boarded up, covered in vines, and the other one broken. I thought it was pretty cool. So this is a favorite. Maybe is it the favorite? I don't know. There was another cool old building, but my kids would not let me go look at it. They were done. So I was done. That's one of the one of the realities of going out to take pictures when you have small kids. Got to be flexible. We were headed back to hike in a little slot canyon and stopped to take pictures of this little rock formation on the way out of town. This one, I mean, it seemed almost unreal to me. It seems like as a movie set, like something out of Asteroid City. Pretty cool. Here's another view of it. The fence in the foreground. Great light that time of day. Opposite side of the road. This is the same shot you might recognize from the day before with my blurry wide angle lens. I went and did it with this. Different film stock, different lens. This, I mean, the colors are kind of wild here. I think it's probably not to people's taste. It's a bit flat contrast-wise with the light. I just thought, I love the wild colors here. Really fun. Different direction here. You get a little more contrast with those rocks in the background. The sun's not hitting them straight on. You can see that's the San Rafael swell in the background there. This is kind of more pointed towards Goblin Valley back behind there. In the middle of the road, looking back towards Hanksville. Yeah, it was empty. You could go stand on the road and take pictures. Go, oh, I didn't even notice. I got the moon in the sky here. So I got the moon in this one. All right. Yeah, love this shot. And this is going back into the road into Goblin Valley. Just a cool view of the mountains there. Some of the mesas. This old corral. I mean, I imagine it's still used even. I don't think it's completely torn down. This, I think I did a crop of it to try and emphasize that corral a little bit, zoomed in a little bit on it, and I like this, so that's more of what I had intended. Another angle where the framing was just off. I think I was trying to get the mountains more off to the side, and ended up moving the corral too far off to the side. Here we are at, I think this is Little Wild Horse Canyon and Bell Canyon. You kind of go up this wash, and you get to the point where they diverge, and you can go up one canyon or the other. In years when I was younger, I was in college, went and did this. You can do it. It's a loop you can do. But with the kids, we went for the Bell Canyon route and did not make it. But that's okay. That's a different story. Got some hikers up here. Some cottonwoods. It was a great time of year for the cottonwoods. They're really vibrant. The leaves had just come on. This is in late March, early April. I can't remember. I guess it was April. I think we had a late Easter this year. It was Easter weekend. Up a little closer here. We hung out in that little cave for quite a while. The kids playing there. So got to see these cottonwoods pretty well. Beautiful wildflowers were out. This one just a little too on the magenta side, a little too vibrant, a little too saturated. But you can see what the Ektar can do. You need to pull it back rather than push it, which I find myself having to do. Push that saturation on other stuff to get what I want, but on Ektar, it's already there. So this is going up where the canyon gets narrower, gets into the slot. You know, I think in my mind I was hoping, okay, we're gonna go hike these canyons. We'll get like the really cool orange. Like, what's the one? I'm drawing a blank. What's the one in like Arizona that everyone I think it's in Arizona. Just the craziest shots, the really smooth rock, really orange. It's an Antelope Canyon? I can't remember. In my mind when I was thinking, oh, we're going to go to a slot canyon, I'm going to take pictures. That's what I imagined. But I mean, it was not as vibrant there, not as orange. And you're kind of limited at least for me, I was limited by the time of day, so I couldn't pick the light I wanted exactly. So just doing what I could with it. It was still really fun. It's a fun hike, whether or not you're taking pictures. I went a little further with my oldest. The youngest rebelled and stayed back with mom, and I went with my oldest up a little further, and we had a good time. It's fun to scramble. And this is on the way back. Some more cottonwoods. Got some good portraits on the tree there, I guess in the middle left in the distance. It's a good branch, good trunk for them all to sit on. And got some good portraits. I think we're back at the cave here. We stopped again to play. And this is the cottonwood there. Drove back into Goblin Valley from the other way, kind of passed through it to get to that canyon. And this was on a Saturday now, and the park was packed. They had a line to get into it because the lots were full, so they had to wait for cars to leave before they let any in. So I took a few out the window here while we waited to go into the park. We just wanted to go use the bathroom, for goodness sake. So we ended up just taking turns just getting out of the car while we were waiting in line and walking up and using it. Another one, a little on the darker. You can kind of compare the last one. And then I think this is the last shot, saying goodbye. Took this nice mirror shot. That's the San Rafael swell in the background, the reef. And then we turned the car around here and took off. So that was a little weekend with Ektar 100. It has become one of my favorites. I've taken it on other trips. It's great. I think it's great for the Southwest, where you're getting a lot of sun. So having that 100 ISO is great. And then I think it handles the colors of the Southwest, the oranges and blues, really well. And the other colors that you do find with the flowers and stuff here and there makes them really pop when everything else can be kind of drab. So that's that. I'll be back next time with some more. I think we're going back to some Kodak Gold around town. Kind of my first inklings of some project ideas that I'm am working on, may work on in the future. So check it out. And if you want to see what I'm doing day to day, find me on Substack at Aldo Johnson, and come follow me there. I put up new stuff every day, put up new old stuff every day from when I used to shoot film years ago. And come say hi. We'll see you later.